India's gold imports are up 331%. I'm getting blown out by the sun here. My goodness me. And we're also, excuse me one second, and we're also, that's better. And we also take a look at Algorand, that is the chart request of the day. And we do all the other usual fun stuff, including live gold, silver, platinum analysis, Bitcoin analysis as well. We're marrying the precious metals and the crypto worlds together. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live on X and on YouTube right now, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. But in the first 1 minute of the show, around abouts, we do the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage and we slurp them synchronously together. The rule is you must do it audibly. I don't care where you are. You're in a meeting, you're in the, well, you can't do it in the shower. Are you on the train? Are you got a bunch of people watching you? It doesn't matter, man. You do it secretly, okay? You slurp your tasty beverage audibly. It is the honor system. I trust you to do the right thing. Here we go. Slurp it all together. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, synchronized slurp. Oh, great to see you. What an amazing day here in Melbourne, Australia. I am Joe Main. I've worked in the precious metals bullion industry, retail bullion industry, for 11 years. Over 3 major bullion dealers. I've been a stacker of crypto since 2013, stacked precious metals since 2010, and now I do this daily live show. I also help you launch and grow on YouTube, specifically YouTube for your businesses. I've done it for multiple businesses now. I've grown multiple businesses to tens of thousands of subscribers, some videos with almost 1 million views, etc., and it's really built their customer base. Hit me up with an email at gmstackers@gmail.com, gmstackers@gmail.com, and just let me know what your business is about. Anywhere in the world, I've helped people internationally. I help people here in Australia, and we'll pair your YouTube channel with maybe another one like an Instagram or a Facebook, something like that, maybe an X, depending on what your business is. So we really need to do a bit of a deep dive into your business, and I will tell you my personal opinion whether I think it's going to work for you or not. Most of the time it does, at least a YouTube channel, and I'll teach you the skills of how to do it yourself. I give you the DIY skills, or I teach someone within your company to be the person, or you might decide to bring on a new person and I teach them and they become your dedicated social media guy. Or if you really want, I could possibly, if I have the time, become your part-time social media person myself. I've done that too. Anyway, just send me an email, gmstackers@gmail.com. But we've got to get the shout-outs out the way. I've got to get this goddamn lighting situation fixed. Let's see. We do the shout-outs, then we'll talk about India's gold imports, and we'll talk about Algorand at some point as well. That has been a chart request. Get rid of that and go there. Shout-out time. Gerald Draper. I know a nice haul with 300 million worth. India moving faster and harder than Russia on silver consumption. Let me take this off, put that on silent. We will see if China steps up their game. 6 billion fast and hard would topple the whole thing. Yeah, that's actually quite true. Entering a short accumulation phase in... Oh, so you're entering... Oh, you believe we're entering a short accumulation phase in altcoins, pullback opportunities for the snipers. I absolutely agree with that. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on. Slap the like button for the golden information and silver shorts driving pain in the banksters betting against us. Yes, hit the like button, people. Morning, Jason. Morning, Joe, says Jason. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. US wanting to sell off portion of their gold reserves. Really? To buy Bitcoin? Wonder how many of the government quickly invested before making that announcement. Yeah, of course. Nice backdoor for taking bribes too. Yeah, Bitcoin, just like cash, isn't it really? I mean, do you want us to go to a cashless society? I mean, cash has been used for illegal purposes for, well, ever since cash has been around. So, yeah, it's been used for bribes. It's been used for criminality. It's been used for everything. Same with Bitcoin. Do you want Bitcoin to go away simply because bad people do bad things with it? Although I don't think you were arguing that point, but I'm just making that point. GMS says, Nackers O'Reilly, a more comfortable day in Melbourne today. Yeah, it was really blue. I made the mistake of because I had to go to Bunnings yesterday after the show, and right in like 1 to 2 p.m. Melbourne time, and that was just, the sun was out at the same time, so we're talking 40-degree weather. That's like over 100 degrees in Fahrenheit. It was brutal. Yeah, shits and giggles. G'day. Jason Rosana is in. Silver Fox, good morning, Stackers. Good day. Pete Repeat is here. Gerald Draper. Caroline, great to see you again. Best way to start the day. I could not agree with you more. There's nothing like, I swear to God, I'm going to stop doing this. There's nothing better I like doing in my mornings. Look, I would say eating a massive plate of steak and eggs is also a very good part of my day. Having a morning coffee is a good part of my day, but really the best part of my day, other than my wonderful family and all that, is speaking to my GMS family and doing this show. I absolutely love it. Do something you're passionate about, as long as you're also good at it at the same time, and you'll never work a day in your life, as they say. Actually, no. Quickly, Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. I'm also going to give a quick plug. I'm going to give a quick plug. I'm going to give a quick plug, of course, to, you want to really be following me on X. It's where it all is, plus YouTube as well. So, over 1,000 subscribers now on YouTube, and nearly 3,000 subscribers, 3,000 followers on X as well. I recently transitioned. I've been transitioning my account from a faceless account to a personal account. I cannot recommend it more highly if you're looking to do stuff on X, okay? Go personal, all right? You're going to open yourself up to a bit of, potential doxing, but you know what? You could probably get doxed anyway. A hacker would be able to dox you anyway. So really, is your life at all private these days? Probably not. So I'm going to, and I do, post very regularly, much more so than this 1 hour show, every single weekday. You get multiple posts a day to do with lots of different things, gold, silver, crypto stuff as well, a little bit politically spicy every now and then too. You can see me get into it with some people, but you really want to follow me over here as well. Quite possibly I may add a subscription service or something. I don't know, maybe, but I've got to get a little bit higher on the following count. But hit me with a follow there. That would be lovely, people. All right, let's go. We're going to go back here, and then I will go here, and then I'll do that. How's the lighting? Am I good? It's gross. Terrible, people. I love your work, though. Thank you. Can I turn that on? Is that going to help me? Is that going to help me? Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, whatever. Gold imports in India, 331% up. We'll take a quick look at what that means. I'm going to share the screen very quickly. And then we'll do live gold, silver, platinum analysis, etc. Let's take a quick look. Gold imports in India up 331%. What the bloody hell are they talking about? This comes from Business Standard. This is a news that has just gone out this morning, I think it is. India's gold imports up, and I'm trying to get all those stupid ads out the way. I hate these particular websites because they just bombard you with all the ads and all that stuff, and it just really slows everything up. But India's gold imports up 331% to record high of $14.86 billion. I would assume that's US dollars in November. The byline says cumulatively imports during April to November this fiscal year rose 49% to $49 billion, as against $32.93 billion in the same period last fiscal year. Let's read it very quickly. The country's gold imports in November reached a record high of $14.86 billion, registering a fourfold increase, mainly on account of festival and wedding demands. If you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, India loves gold. It is so incredibly traditional in India, okay? Festivals, weddings, they just love the stuff, okay? Particularly during Diwali as well, when I worked for multiple bullion dealers in Australia. Around this November time is usually when Diwali comes up, and there's some auspicious days to buy gold, and there is just lines and lines and lines of customers out the door. So this is according to Commerce Ministry data. Gold imports stood at 3.44 billion in November 2023. Okay, right, that's a huge jump. Cumulatively, imports during April-November this fiscal year rose 49% to 49 billion, as against that one that we said before. According to the ministry, gold, with about 25% average annual return, is one of the best performing assets in 2024 till November. All right, in brackets there. And high imports indicate strong investor confidence in the precious metals as a safe asset. Could not agree more. Now, the other reasons for this increase include asset diversification towards gold due to global uncertainties. Prices of the yellow metals have increased 23% so far this year to rupees 78,350 per 10 gram in the nation capital. In the budget, the government slashed the duty, from 15% to 6%. So they've slashed the gold tax, I guess, the gold buying tax. India's gold imports, which have the import duty, that's right, they slashed that. India's gold imports, which have a bearing on the country's current account deficit, surged 30% to 45.54 billion in 2023-2024. Switzerland is the largest source of gold imports, with about 40% share, followed by the UAE and South Africa. The precious metal accounts for over 5% of the country's total imports. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine in Australia, we import a whole bunch well, look, in Australia, that's a little bit of a different thing because we're one of the largest gold producers in the world, so maybe that's a bad comparison. But can you imagine if every country's 5% of their total imports, of just importing every single thing, every good, every service, every product, I should say, 5% of that's in gold? There will come a time where that will be the case. The jump in gold imports pushed the country's trade deficit, difference between imports and exports, to a record 37.84 billion in November. India is the world's second biggest gold consumer after China. Yes, the imports mainly take care of the demand by the jewelry industry. Yes, gems and jewelry exports last month declined. Blah, 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 blah. A current account deficit, don't care about that. India is seeking a review of certain provisions of the free trade agreement with the UAE. I don't really care about that. Anything else to do with gold? Nope, that's it. All right, so basically they're saying that looks like in gold imports in November of last year, 2023, was 3.44 billion. But this November, it was 14.86 billion, and that's where the 331% increase is going to come from. That's a huge change between November of there and November of this year just gone. Okay, very interesting. Any thoughts on that, people? Just thought I would talk about India's gold imports. We'll talk about, I'm going to get rid of that because that's just frustrating. And then we'll come back here. Any thoughts on that in particular, my wonderful GMS family? Look, as we know, very traditionally a gold-loving country. Part of the BRICS nations as well. Many people believe that BRICS, the Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, at the moment, many more may come on board. You never know. They may recruit them. That's better with the lighting. And also, what was the point I was trying to make? BRICS apparently will possibly, you never know. They might be trying to add gold as backing their currency as gold. So, yeah, any thoughts on the BRICS thing, and in particular in the India thing? Probably not. Just an interesting, quick little article. 331% though, that's a huge move from this time last year, or November last year versus November this year. The Gerald Draper, let's say, this might not be particularly about the India thing, but it's something different to do with Trump and stuff. Okay, no comments on that. Okay, little bit of a fluffy kind of article right there. Let's get some more comments. And I'll first say hello to Space Miner. Space Miner. Boo, boo, boo. Space Miner is here. Space Miner is 1/3 of the osmium triplets. Osmium. Oh, and by the way, Space Miner, I received your email. Thank you very much for that. Space Miner maybe, or one of joining us on the show, you never know, to talk about crystallized osmium, which is a thing. It's a physical thing that you can buy, just like you can buy bars of gold and silver, the physical stuff. You can buy physical crystallized osmium. I've got to learn more about it, and I'd like to introduce it to the GMS stackers. Let's see. Thank you. Was just sending Joe a much anticipated email. That's right. Peter Axiom, GMS. Great to see you. Gerald said here, America has an emergency currency stabilization fund. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. So America has an emergency currency stabilization fund that Trump has shown interest in dipping into that to purchase Bitcoin. To not sell gold. Okay, so apparently someone said before Trump was looking at selling gold to buy Bitcoin, but Gerald Draper is saying, no, it's not gold. He's looking to dip into the Emergency Stabilization Fund to buy Bitcoin. That would be one way to do it. Not a bad idea. Let's see. Yeah, cool. All right. Let's get into the live gold silver analysis. Let's do live gold, silver, precious metals related analysis. We're going to share the screen once again. We're going to take a look at gold. Let's go, people. Here is gold on the weekly time frame, priced in US dollars, 2,652 US dollars and 70 cents. Right there, the market is open, of course, using the tradingview.com website. And what do we notice? Hey, the mother of all trend lines is really acting as a decent level of support and resistance. Is it not the mother of all trend lines? For my new subscribers, I have now over 1,000 subscribers, 1,033, I think it is, as of looking this morning. For my wonderful people who have just, and I did a segment yesterday on the show about advice for crypto holders. A lot of my new subscribers, not all, but a lot, are coming from the crypto world because I've been doing recent crypto analysis. HBAR, for example, was one that did very, very well. A lot of subscribers from there. To all my crypto people, you want to be looking into purchasing gold. I know some of you think it's a relic and it's all done and dusted. No. It has been money for thousands of years. I believe it's in our DNA. I believe now we just have this innate thing when we see gold. I really believe it kind of hits the base brain, it hits the lizard brain right here, and there's something that we just really revere about it. Okay, it's been money for thousands of years, as I said. This is the mother of all trend lines, 1980, 2011, and right here it has been respecting it quite well. We made a pump above it, but it was a failed move to hold, and oftentimes from a failed move is a fast move in the opposite direction. And let me show you here, very much it's acted as resistance just in the start of this trading week. Okay, unlike, just so you know, unlike crypto, gold has weekends off trading. Okay, so it opened just the week, just yesterday, very much respecting it. You can see how on the weekly time frame we spiked above, held it as support, We had a spike, but it was a close above. That was actually looking really positive. When we did that, I was positive, we're going to see some higher prices. Okay, we saw some higher prices. We got up to about here. It was looking pretty overvalued on the weekly time frame on the relative strength index. And I said anywhere from here, any time after breaking the mother of all trend lines, I said we're getting peaky from there. We haven't peaked necessarily, but getting peaky. Anywhere between here and 3,000 US dollars is probably about the area. Okay. That was a correct call so far. Okay, 2,800 we got up to roughly. Then back below the mother of all trend lines. Failure to hold it. A quick move on the weekly time frame. We did close the week above, and that was looking very positive. I did say, however, the final hurdle for new all-time highs in gold coming soon is 2,735. We had to close above there. Very key level. Why? It was a key Fibonacci level from an old high, from this high and this low. I favor, right here, I favor the 0.786 as your, you got to get over that in order to say it's not a dead cat bounce or a relief rally. But it was a failed move to get above. Oftentimes from a failed move is a fast move in the opposite direction. And we closed last week below the mother of all trend lines. We have opened this week and we found resistance at the mother of all trend lines, exactly bang on it. I haven't moved this, I promise you. That's right on it. Okay, so it's definitely respecting it. At the moment, my bias is to the downside, and that we see further price movement to the downside. First area is 2,500 to 2,450. The next area, which I am 60% sure we see at the moment, so a little bit more than 50%, is the best buy zone of 2,250 to 2,150. And we are still, if I can see that with my, yeah, we're still trending down on the relative strength index on the weekly time frame. If I show you the monthly, now interestingly on the monthly, I will say we're back in the green for the month for December, but we've got a lot of room to move. We've got many days to go, 14 days so 2 weeks until the end of this month, which will also be the end of the year as well, okay? I need to see it climb and hold above the mother of all trend lines there. At bare minimum, we've got to close this month and close this year above the mother of all trend lines. Let me show you and I can't really get rid of all of it. I'll show you the yearly time frame. Now, in its favor, here's the thing, in gold's favor is the fact this is the yearly time frame, okay? If I could get rid of some of this, give me a moment. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. And you can see some of that. Here is the positive thing for gold on years to come, okay? I think we're in a bit more of a short-term retrace, and it might last a little bit longer, maybe a few months, but sometime next year, I think we are going to continue the move onwards and upwards in the years to come. That's why crypto goes through cycles, okay? Gold goes through cycles too, but their cycle lasts for longer, okay? So the crypto cycle is going to be ending sometime next year, whether that's March or later on in the year, I don't know. You are going to want to put a portion of your crypto winnings into precious metals. Look at this yearly chart. And this is for my gold stacker people, my lovely precious metal stackers. Look at this yearly chart. Yearly chart. It is just total bull market territory, okay? We are not stopping here. We are not going to crash next year. We're not going anywhere below sort of 2,000. If we had a dip down to 2,000, that's probably about it. We're not going down here. This ain't the peak for gold. Also, I will tell you that if you look on the yearly time frame, okay, the relative strength index is trending up. We've got a bit more to go. We've got at least a few years at least, probably longer, okay? I don't think we're anywhere near a peak in gold. We've had this beautiful move here. We've had a couple of years of consolidation. Then last year was a little bit of a green year. 2024, great green year, okay? I believe 2025, 2026, on towards the end of the decade, is going to be very good for gold, okay? You want to be looking at getting into gold, my lovely crypto people. And this is just a bit of a zoom out for my gold stackers. If you're feeling a little bit depressed about it because maybe you just got into buying precious metals, maybe you're a newbie, and welcome to all the newbies. Just zoom out and have a look. When in doubt, zoom out. Have a look at that. Now, what I would need to see, though, and what I was talking about, in order for me to be really extra confident, for example, that 2025 would be a crazy good year for gold, I need to see it close at and preferably above the mother of all trend lines. If you have a spike like this and we start closing below, your 2,500-ish, your 2,450, and that's not going to happen in 2 weeks' time. But if we closed below the mother of all trend lines, look, it's still positive. It's just for real good confirmation. You want to close at or above, and preferably above. So you're talking, say, what are we talking? So this month, go back to the monthly. Yeah, I needed to close at around about 2680 is preferable. 2670, 2680, 2670, 2680 US dollars per troy ounce is where I would love to see it close December and close 2024 at. Okay, that would be a very good setup. However, my bias is to the downside. I do think we see a little bit further. And as I said, that rectangle, watch for there and potentially watch down for there. Could be completely wrong. We might just sail up and just close way above the mother of all trend lines for 2024. That's a really good sign. Okay, but just watch out for the moment. That is gold. Let's take a look at my old mate. Silver, I've been in silver since 2010, pretty much all silver since 2010. I have been moving a portion of, not all, but a portion of my silver into the crypto market recently to ride that wave. It has been doing quite well. If I sold out right now and bought all silver again, I would have increased my stack by a certain percentage. I'm still hoping to ride a bit more of that wave, okay? Of course, just like gold, we had that move and now we're back down. My bias with silver is still back down. This is the monthly time frame. Looks peaky, okay? It looks like we can tick over, as I've been saying. If we close this month below, probably at or below the line in the sand of $29.80, then I'm going to say, oh yeah, you have a solid red down here. That ain't good. Although good is a subjective term, you may want to see it get down to at least the top end of the best buy zone at $28, anywhere down to $26. And as I said yesterday, do not be surprised if we have a, oh, holy shit, I'm out of this thing. It is gone below here. Oh my God, it's down at $24.40. I'm out of this thing. It's done and dusted. And then what does it do? It spikes you at previous resistance, right? Breakout, retest, spike down, like really quick spike on like a daily time frame, and then goes, sucked in. And then you sold out of your position. So what you don't do, you don't sell it out of your position. I would suggest if you are looking at getting into precious metals for the first time, and you're the type of person that doesn't want a dollar cost average, and you're waiting for the absolute lowest of low, you're a huge risk taker, and you're like, no, I'm not getting into silver until everyone is completely panicking over it. They're depressed. Your depressed zone for silver will be right here. I am not saying wait to buy silver here. Do not do that because it might not come, okay? But I'm just saying the absolute point where everyone would be like this, I'm out of this game. It's so screwed. It's back under 26. I'm done. I'm just done. And then you'll see a quick little spike and it'll get gobbled up. Blip, 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 blip. I'm very confident of that, okay? I'm not confident necessarily that we get down to there, but if we got down to there, that would be the absolute depressed zone. And people, you'll just be seeing like, I'm screwed. All the new stackers who got in at higher prices, like, I'm done with this thing. Why did I even bother? And you and me, who are a little bit more informed, we've seen the history, we go, interesting. Okay, depressed are you? That's interesting. Gobble, 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 and up we go, okay? Just be aware of that, okay? But your best buy zone is 28 to 26. You don't wait for the spikes because you probably won't catch it. Anywhere between here and here is your best risk to reward. Am I saying 100% it's going to there? No, but all signs are pointing to there at the moment while we're in this area, in this range. Above 31, I'll talk a little bit differently. Above 32.50, then I'll pretty much say that's not going to happen. But yeah, my bias is to there. Cool. We won't talk about higher prices for silver. I will probably do in the new year. I'll do a potential, my grand silver prediction for 2025, but that's not coming until probably the new year. That is silver. Platinum has been interesting actually in the last 24 hours. Platinum has found a support level out of, should I really get this written on a t-shirt or a mug? I will be bringing up merch, by the way. I should have done merch before Christmas. That would have been really smart. Where did we find support? At, what do you know, a previous support level of $920, which I've had drawn in for a little bit. Okay, so we found support here. Here's the thing though, we're not out of the woods with platinum. If I do believe gold is going to keep going down, silver's going to keep going down, I've got to say the same for platinum. A little bit of a relief rally though. We had a spike back up into the sort of normal range. I actually call it my depressed zone, anywhere between here, that thick yellow line, and here. I know this looks a little bit detailed, a little bit liney. I'll try and remove some of that stuff maybe for the next one. But we had a spike. What do we say about spikes? Spikes mean shit. It is where things close. So we had a spike, but we closed below. So just in that trading range there, I'm still expecting this to turn over at the moment because nothing else there's no message that's telling me otherwise. Okay, so found support at 920. I'm expecting this to tick over and head down. The next time we head down, it's more likely to be taken out, and then the bottom end of the best buy zone of $900 would likely be hit. Now, could I be wrong and it just sails back up into this area? Absolutely. Let's do the blue sky thinking. Let's say, for example, I'm not saying this at all. Let's say, for example, that the bottom is in for platinum. Definitely not saying this. I'm just, what's the word? Yeah, that thing, blue sky thinking. Okay, what I would need to see is at least get back into the depressed zone for me. That's me. I'm depressed for platinum when we're in this zone here. Okay, get back into there, bounce off, get into the cautiously excited zone. I'll be like, okay, we're back in this area, are we again? Okay, ho-hum, all right, cautiously excited, then do something like that, then do that. That's in my excited zone for platinum. Then I go, ooh, mama, okay, this is looking good. The high, obviously, no shit, higher we go, the more excited I am. But that is my excited zone. Why is it my excited zone? Because it's back above this downtrend line from February of 2021. The thick yellow line is the 2008 major trend line. So you're back over there, cautiously excited, back above this trend line. I'm getting excited. And as you know, let's see, have I got my final hurdle drawn in? Have I called it my final hurdle? That's not it. Is it that one? Nope. Is it that one? There we go. My final hurdle for new all-time highs for platinum. I'm just giving you a quick little refresher. If it ever happens, we start closing months, and it's not spiking, it's closing a month, this month, next month, 12 months from now, at or above 1,115 US dollars. That's my final hurdle to say, oh no, this is full bull for platinum for months and probably years to come. Okay, that signals a change of market structure for me. That is the absolute change of market structure where you go, oh, yep, onwards and upwards, probably intersecting with some of these Fibonacci levels as support and resistance. And then we might even be talking previous all-time high, 2,300 US dollars. And we're currently at, 940 US dollars. Okay. Just thinking ahead. Okay. Don't look at the time frames, etc. But if we start closing above there, that's on it. That's on the trajectory. Okay, it's going to start heading up that way. That's platinum. Don't know why I gave you that, but I need to leave you with a little bit of optimism because I am optimistic about the precious metals, and where gold goes, silver goes, platinum will tend to follow. Which will outperform the other in the long run? I think silver will be king. I think gold will be. I think platinum might be second. Gold might be last over the long term. But anyway, that is platinum. Got to get over that hurdle. Bingo, bango, bongo. Gold to silver ratio is favoring gold at the moment. It looks like the potential head and shoulders pattern is almost invalidated there. So we might see a bit more of a gold outperforming silver in the next coming weeks. Okay. We're above this downtrend line. We're above this uptrend line. That just says gold is having its time in the sun versus silver. Again, both can be going down or both could be going up in fiat dollar terms. It's just one is outperforming the other. It's in gold's favor at the moment. I think over the longer term, silver does outperform gold. Cool, that's it. AUD to USD, is it a support level? Don't worry about that. I won't make that a time code. Yeah, cool. Get some more comments, then we'll start talking about some crypto side of things, Bitcoin, and we'll talk about ALGO as well. Let's get your comments in, people. I'm going to open that to a little bit more. Yes. Let's see. Comments. Great to see everyone watching. Whoop, whoop. That's would be a good interview with Space Miner for crystallized osmium. Yes, absolutely. Gerald Draper says 2025 will be an opportune time, but yesterday was the best. Yeah, it always is. Tomorrow is fine. Yes. Do your own research. There's many examples on YouTube as well to be up on a very rare, beautiful. Oh my! If you like silver and diamonds, then crystallized osmium is the way to go. You may convert me into a crystallized osmium maxi. You never know. I want to find out more. 2250 in gold. So 2250 per ounce. So the top end of my best buy zone in gold seems reasonable if we start coasting downhill too fast. Shakeout may get pushed to achieve a reset of the floor. Yeah, the floor at around about $2,080 US dollars, around about the floor. Then osmium might be for you. Osmium, it's not for everybody. Now, speculators and investors of the special applications of osmium and the increase in value. Do your own research, of course. Silver on delay. Most likely industry walking on financial thin ice. Yes, you could be right on that. What other unitanium metals are there? Space miner. Ooh, okay, space miner. Now you guys are talking. I love the shilling. I love it. You're talking about a lot of osmium, but I won't talk a lot about it right now because people might get a little bit. We want to talk about some other stuff. Niels Han Dynasty is in as well, so the osmium triplets are here. Platinum will win in the end. I have said so. I have spoken, says Niels Han Dynasty, and Neil did ask for ALGO yesterday, and that's why Neil is getting ALGO today. Hey, the Platinum Prince. All right, people. Let's do live Bitcoin analysis, and then we'll take a look at ALGO, and we'll do a separate thing for that. Hang on a second. No, I won't do that. Love your work, people. But of course, you got to buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Their weekly special is up as far as I'm aware. Let's go to perthbullion.com.au, go to the top right-hand corner, go to the search bar, type in special, and see what their special for the week is. Oh, okay. The no new special yet. Their current special, which will probably leave in around about, probably an hour or two, is the Royal Canadian Mint 1 kilo silver bar, $20 off per bar. Also, if you buy over a certain amount, you get free shipping. Why do you get free shipping with Perth Bullion Exchange? Why wouldn't you? Why shouldn't you get free shipping with any bullion dealer ever, anywhere in the world? All the big boys do it in the States, don't they? You spend over a certain amount, and it's not that much as well. You know, $300, in some cases 300 US, and you can get free shipping US wide. Okay, Perth Bullion Exchange is the only company in Australia to dare even ask the question, hey, can we actually do that from a financial perspective? What would we have to do? How much would we have to sacrifice in order to do free shipping? But does that weigh up against the extra customers we'll get and the being the first? Okay, they made the calculation that being the first one to offer free shipping in Australia when you buy over a certain amount was worth the extra little hit they take on the premium. Okay, it's not that much. I mean, Ricky at Perth Bullion Exchange crunched the numbers and he went, yeah, well, we can do that. Why isn't anyone else in Australia doing it? So they're doing it, right? Buy over 20 items. Now, that's not 20 of one item. You can mix and match and have, as long as you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart, in your order, 3 of this, 4 of that, 2 pieces of gold, 1 piece of silver, like mix and match of any type of size. As well, you get instant free shipping Australia-wide, express shipping, sign-on delivery, insured, all the other good stuff, except it's free. Come on, man. And also, if with the current the way they work the system, if you order on the same day and you pay on the same day, you order on the same day. If you pay on the same day and payment is received by Perth Bullion Exchange on that same day before 2 p.m. Perth time, they'll process your order and ship it out the same day as well. So you could order on one day and receive it in your hand the next day. That is it's not the usual thing here in Australia at the moment. Shipping times in Australia for bullion dealers can be quite pushed out depending on certain factors, but Perth Bullion Exchange do a really good job. A lot of the time you'll get it next day. Don't quote me on that. It's not guaranteed next day, okay? It's just if all the ducks align. That's Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Why would you not at least want to send this to your friends and family, or if you're interested in yourself? It's an unallocated gold program. Unallocated means you just don't get to choose the exact bar. There's not this bar with this serial number is under your name. It's not a specific product. It's not a specific brand. It's not a specific size, etc. You go into a pool of real gold that you own. It is owned under your name. It's just held for you by Wealthstack, held by one of the largest gold vaulting and gold wholesalers in the world. They're one of the big boys, and they're LBMA registered. So it's all LBMA registered gold, etc. It's just great. And it's backed 1-to-1 with real physical metal. If you buy $10 of gold, which is the minimum, you don't have to buy a gram of gold. You don't have to buy an ounce of gold. You can buy $10 of gold at spot plus 1%. There's no other place that you can buy gold for spot plus 1% at $10 worth, okay? It's great spreads, great deal, okay? And it's backed one-to-one with that real physical metal, okay? No storage fees, no transfer fees. And for you wonderful crypto people watching, as an extra layer of security and peace of mind, you don't just get an email saying, yeah, we've got your gold, we've got your money, and now you have gold with us, congratulations. You also get a crypto token at the same time. Don't worry, this is not a crypto company for my wonderful stack of people. It's just an added layer of security, okay? You get the WSG token as an extra receipt of claim, okay? The gold's there, it's all blah, 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 it's all good. This is an Australian regulated, Australian owned company, okay? But you also get the WSG token. You want to find out more about that, you can go to the About section, go to wealthstack.com, go to the About section, okay? And find out more about the leadership team. That's the CEO, David Ski, who I interviewed on the channel about 2-3 months ago. Okay, unlock real value, save, transact, and invest in gold. What's also coming for Wealthstack? Yes, you will be able to buy silver. Not yet, but it's coming on the way next year sometime, probably early next year, I'd say. What's coming? A debit card is coming. You can spend your gold and silver, or gold at the moment, tap your phone, tap the card. It'll be linked to, Visa, MasterCard, etc. Spend your gold, okay? And also, physical redemptions of gold will be coming as well. So it's really, really good, okay? Sign up now. It's an app for Android or iPhone, or you can also just create a desktop version one as well, okay? If you go to here, we'll check out the app on the App Store. It is Wealthstack, one word. That is the logo, so that's what you're looking out for. And check out the UI, the user interface. It's really great. It's very smooth. It's very easy to use. I've used it before. I have a Wealthstack account. I have Wealthstack Gold. Okay, very easy to use. I would at least ask you to download it yourself, check it out. And if it's not for you, because you're like, if I don't hold it, I don't own it, that's cool. We appreciate that, and so do they. Send this to your normie friends and family who you've been trying to wake up. Use this as the gateway drug to get into buying physical stuff and keeping it on themselves, okay? But they may just be really wanting to just do it the easy way, the easier way, I should say, and buy gold for spot plus 1%, no matter they're buying $100,000 or $10 worth. Cool. And then you can ease them into the fractional. So that is Wealthstack, wealthstack.com, wealthstack.com. Okay, people. Let's get to the second portion and what a lot of you are waiting for, and particularly we'll talk about ALGO in just a sec. But let's do live Bitcoin analysis. We're taking a look here at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, priced in US dollars, $105,947 US dollars, using the tradingview.com website. We're still under, but it won't be for too much longer. We're still under this trend line right here. We've made another play for it. We've topped out a new all-time high in Bitcoin, 107,500 US dollars. We have been talking about this purple line. This is the bottom end of a very long-term trend channel. I'm not going to bore you with that. Just watch previous videos and you'll see the big macro view, okay? We're just still finding that as a level of resistance, and that's okay. It's just butting up against it. Now, that's good. The more times you spend consolidating under major resistance, the more likely it is to be taken out. We're not seeing massive dumps, okay? So it's just kind of like skirting the edge, and that's good. Now, we've had that spike. We've got another 45 minutes until the close of the trading day and the opening of the new trading day. I preferably I would really want to see that close at around about 106. Would be really lovely. Just there, 106,000 or a little bit above. I need it at around about, let's pop this on the 4 hour. Yeah, on the 4 hour, I just need it. It's going to screw with me, isn't it? It's going to do it. All right, we've gone into extremely overvalued twice on the 4 hour time frame. My guess here is we are not going to close above the trend, that purple trend line this time. Why? We've had a spike, double top on the relative strength index on the 4 hour time frame. So my current very short-term bias is we will not close the day above there, and we probably might even see a little bit of a dip down. I wouldn't want to see it dip anywhere below about $104,000. But yeah, double top on the relative strength index, maybe potentially watch for a little bit of a dip, okay? Yeah, so that would set it up maybe for, yeah, you could have a couple of days down, okay? It is acting as resistance at the moment, that long-term trend channel bottom end, and Horizontal line right there. If you want the party to continue, like really continue, then we need to stay above right about there at 1,200 and one. Oh God, see 1,000. I'm still not in six-figure terms. $102,650 US dollars. I would love to see that hold there. If we don't, then look for a further dip. Yep. The closer you get to 92 or 93, then the more likely you are to take it out. Yeah, lower prices, you never know. We could have a dip after such a big rise, okay? Still acting as resistance. Watch out for this 92 to 93 area. If that's taken out, watch out for probably mid-80s, and you would want to see it not close anywhere below there. Otherwise, then you're skirting with danger at the $73,000, $74,000 mark. That's a bit of a danger area, okay? That's the big line in the sand that you don't want to close. But look, so far so good. Let's just remain above 100,000, pretty much psychological value, and then we're pretty good. Yeah, cool. That's Bitcoin. Positive for Bitcoin in the next few months coming until the cycle top. I don't know when that cycle top is, and neither do you. Some people think it's the traditional area of around about October, November, December. Some people are saying around about March this time. They're making a case for it. I really don't know. I'm just going to be watching, mainly watching the relative strength index on the monthly time frame and probably on the quarterly time frame as well. Let me show you that. That's what I'd be really watching to see how overextended we get. Now, if you look on down here, look at down here on the relative strength index on the quarterly time frame. Okay. We've just peaked into extremely overvalued. And as you can see in previous cycles, so that's 2017, that's the 2021 top, so top there, okay, went into extremely overvalued on the quarterly time frame. Top here of the last cycle, extremely overvalued, although below, okay, a lower low, okay, on the quarterly time frame. If I do that, maybe watch out for that. Maybe that's a little area to consider. I do feel like we break it this time, but I could be completely wrong. Let me just get rid of that because that's annoying. And I'll get rid of that because that's also annoying. Right here, watch out for a peak. This is the quarterly time frame. Okay, so every candle is 3 months. So you've got a couple of, you may have at least 1 quarter to go, at least 1 quarter. So that would take it to, the end of March next year. That's why some people say they look at this and they go, oh, you've got at least 1 quarter left until we get to this resistance level on the quarterly time frame on the relative strength index. So that's why some people are saying, watch out from about March. But I don't think we're done. We're not tanking from here. You've got at least another quarter to go, possibly even, 2 quarters to go. So just watch out. Oh, so that's the start of the new quarter. That's the end of that quarter. So you've got till around about here, actually. Plenty of room to move higher. What kind of prices are we talking? I don't know, just higher from here, okay? What would be the maximum price? Let me do that. What's the maximum price I think we could top out in? And I'm not saying we get to there. I'm just saying it's, you're looking really peaky. That's between about 300 and 400,000 US dollars per Bitcoin if it plays out for sort of the end of this next quarter, so end of March. However, if Bitcoin does cycle top at around about October, November, December, you've actually got a bit of ways to go. Okay, I'm not saying we're going to $1 million or anything like that. Look, 400,000 is probably your potential average. Okay, I'm not saying it's going there, but it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, but from about 400,000, you'd be like, all right, now we're really creeping up. Okay, but don't quote me on any of that. That is Bitcoin. Let's take a look at, and we're going to do it. I'm just going to set it up right here, and then we'll start the time code. Because what I do is I do this I take this as an excerpt. I never say that word excerpt, because it's got a T on the end, as an excerpt as well. So this will go as a separate video on YouTube. Let me set myself up, check the hair's all good. Am I looking great, people? Yeah, love your work. Let's do a synchronized slurp. Ready? 3, 2, 1, surprise. All right, people. You little prick. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at Algorand. ALGO, this has been a chart request from one of my amazing subscribers, or more of you actually. Over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube right now. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. Nearly 3,000 followers on X. We're going to take a look at ALGO today. This is my first proper look I've known about ALGO for a long time. I've been in crypto since 2013, and ALGO came out a number of years ago now. I've known about it. I've checked the chart every now and then, but I've never done even a rough sort of overview or even a mini deep dive on it. Okay, so what I will be doing today is mainly focusing on the price and talking about if I were getting into ALGO, what my take profit targets would be. Now that's for me, yours may be different. Let me give a quick disclaimer, none of this is financial advice. Also, if you're an ALGO fanboy, if you've been a long-term holder, there's maybe things I talk about today that I'm not mentioning, or there's maybe things I don't mention. So just be polite and say, hey, analysis was okay. I think you're missing a couple of things, a couple of factors that could push the price to here, there, or anywhere, right? And these prices are what I would do to take profits, because you must always take profits along the way. You may have higher targets for you, and that's okay. But post a comment below if there's anything you think I can add to the ALGO fundamental analysis. Okay, let's take a look very quickly, and I'm just going to do a grok summary. Okay, I'm not doing an absolute deep dive, mainly focusing on the technicals. But right here, let's do it, people. Let's take a quick look. Now, is grok going to be perfect? No. But I tell you what, out of all the AI stuff at the moment, grok is really kicking everyone's butt, even kicking ChatGPT's butt at the moment. Give a summary of ALGO, I said. Let's see what it says. Algorand. ALGO is a blockchain platform designed for the efficient, secure, and scalable execution of decentralized applications, dApps, financial instruments, and other blockchain-based solutions. Here's a summary of its key aspects. Okay, I'm not going to delve too much into this. We're mainly going to talk about price, but a consensus mechanism algorithm uses a unique consensus algorithm called proof of stake. We've heard about pure proof of stake. This system allows for fast, energy-efficient transactions with high security, as it selects validators randomly based on the number of ALGO tokens they hold and are willing to stake. Interesting model. Scalability. One of ALGO's main selling points is its ability to scale effectively. That's incredibly important, okay? Bitcoin comes out, it's the first one. It has all these great things about it, limited supply, blah, blah, blah. But it's slow as shit. And it's also harder to scale. Okay, so that's why necessity is the mother of all invention. That's why many different tokens are coming out saying we're better than Bitcoin for this, that, and the other. Scalability is one of those. One of Algorand's algorithms is ability to scale effectively. It aims to handle thousands of transactions per second, TPS, 1,000 transactions per second, with very low latency. This is like other recent cryptos that we've had a look at, similar kind of thing, or the aim is to making it suitable for widespread adoption in financial applications. Yes. Security. The pure proof of stake mechanism also enhances security by making it economically unfeasible to attack the network. That's a smart move, since validators are chosen randomly and unpredictably. I really like that. So it's I'm all about systems. Okay, I value systems over goals. Now, part of having a good system is making sure that your incentives, your human behavioral incentives, are aligned. You know, murder is. I'm getting into murder. Murder is. You don't see a lot of. You do see a lot of murder, but the punishment for murder is like jail time. Blah blah. There's a incentive to not do it. Okay. Apart from the moral aspect, there's a physical incentive to not do it. We'll lock you up. We'll put you on the death penalty. Blah blah. When you align the incentives correctly, good things can happen. Okay. So they're trying to align the incentives to make it economically unfeasible to attack the network. So if it's economically unfeasible, why would you attack the network? Okay, so that's a really smart move. Decentralization. Algorand aims to maintain a high degree of decentralization by ensuring that anyone can participate in the network by just holding ALGO. Great. This contrasts with other systems where control might be concentrated, yes, among a few large stakeholders. So they bring it to the masses. Smart contracts and dApps, not interested. Tokenomics, I am interested in. ALGO serves both as the native currency of the Algorand network for paying transaction fees as the governance token. Holders of ALGO can participate. You can vote in governance decisions, including how the protocol evolves. If you're not familiar with a governance token or using governance, you literally use some of your ALGO, you pay to vote as such, right? You put in a bit of your tokens and then you can vote on changes and updates and all that kind of stuff, including how the protocol evolves and how the network rewards are distributed. Okay, use cases, we need to talk about this. Beyond cryptocurrency transactions, Algorand is used for tokenization of assets. Once again, we're talking about this RWA space, the real world asset space. So it's used for tokenization of assets. That is going to be a massive thing in years to come. Okay, decentralized finance, DeFi apps. Okay, cross-border payments, quick, easy, secure, cheap, and compliance with regulatory requirements due to its built-in features. Due to its built-in features. I'd like to know more about this, like KYC, which is Know Your Customer, and AML, anti-money laundering. Because I've worked in the precious metals industry for 11 years, I know a lot about Know Your Customer procedures, about the anti-money laundering, AML stuff, all the reporting requirements and all that. So it's in that space as well. This is very interesting to me, okay? And apparently due to its built-in features like Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering, I would like to learn more about that. I'll do that in my own time. Adoption. Since its inception, Algorand has seen adoption by various institutions, good, and developers, blah, blah, blah. Notable partnerships include the Central Bank of the Marshall Islands, okay, for their digital currency collaborations, blah, blah, blah. Market performance, yeah, it's been volatile. It's a crypto. Yep, future developments. Algorand continues to evolve with upgrades, blah, 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 blah. Good. I also ask every time now, what would fanboys of ALGO add to this summary? There's fangirls too, okay. Fanboys might emphasize the following points to enhance the above summary. Instant finality. Okay, what's this? They would stress that ALGO achieves transaction finality in mere seconds. Okay, so from hitting the thing to full completion. If you're in crypto, you got to wait for confirmation, and sometimes a Bitcoin confirmation can take a long time, and Ethereum confirmation can take a bunch of time as well. But 2.8 seconds block time, that's pretty damn fast, which contrasts with other blockchains that might take longer to confirm transactions. Yeah, this feature is seen as critical for real-world applications, of course, where speed matters, absolutely. High throughput, they would highlight ALGO's capability for handling over 10,000 transactions per second as observed on the mainnet. Yep, showing its readiness for mass adoption and high volume use cases. Man, I really agree. Low fees, good, extremely low transaction fees. Yep, often fractions of a cent. Point of pride, that would be very good. Positioning ALGO as an economical choice for developers. Yeah. Native asset creation. Okay, fanboys would point out the ease with which native assets can be created. Don't know what that means. Atomic swaps. Yes, built into the Layer 1 protocol, atomic transactions allow for complex multi-party transactions to happen simultaneously, which is touted as significant advantage, blah, blah, blah. I understand atomic swaps, so if it makes it really fast, that's good. Community and transparency. They talk about the active growing community. Yeah, it's a big community, the ALGO community, so I do agree with that. Real-world use cases. Fanboys might emphasize specific high-profile use cases or partnerships like with FIFA for NFTs, or real-world applications in finance, art, and beyond, demonstrating tangible adoption. It seems like they're really into the real-world tokenization of real assets, real asset tokenization, blah, blah, blah. Very good, okay? And it's been around since 2019, so it's one of the big players. Ecological impact, okay. It's energy efficient, okay, cool. Developer experience, talking about, okay, the devs are really good, okay. Security without compromise, citing, yes, okay. Citing the impossibility of attacks because of the economic infeasibility. Token distribution. Fanboys might bring up the distribution of ALGO, where a significant portion is allocated to the ecosystem innovation, fostering growth and development. Great, great. That is your big overview of ALGO. On my first proper deep dive, I have no reason to lie to you. By the way, I don't own any ALGO. I've looked at it before. I maybe have owned it and maybe traded it once or twice before. I don't remember. I don't own it right now. So let me be you can't read my mind, but I will tell you, I'm not in it, but it looks really interesting, particularly when it's said about the built-in Know Your Customer and AML stuff. That really picks up my ears, okay? I might look into Algo. I'm spread thin enough with the amount of cryptos that I have. I'm trying to actually consolidate. I'd like to get down to 3 to 5 tops. That's ultimate. I've got more than that at the moment. If you look at my list here, this is a list of stuff I'm either looking at or I'm in. A lot of that is sort of stuff from previous cycles that I just haven't shifted. I might have to look at that. Algo, I tell you what, I would really look at it, but let's look at it now from a price perspective. And I'm going to give you my take profit targets as if I was already in it. And I might even do it based on possibly even getting into it. Okay. What I'm going to do here is very simple technical analysis. I don't use all the kind of crazy Ichimoku clouds and all this stuff. I use simple supports, lines of support and resistance. I use some trend lines, and I always do use Fibonacci. That's one of my big ones. And I just look at the relative strength index to see the general trend it's going. And we talk about getting into extremely overvalued and all that kind of stuff. I usually start with Fibonacci because I find that to be the most useful. Okay, so I'm going to take, this is the Binance price. This is the eldest, so the longest price, the longest chart that goes back the longest. So 2019 of June. Okay, so we're going to take it from the high. So you've got $3.40 and you've got the low of 8 cents. That's a big difference, people, but that's what happens in crypto. Let's go from this high and this low. Now, there might be a better historical chart, but I'm going to use the Binance one because it's probably the one that most people would be looking at. Now, what I'm looking for in here, just so you know, and I'll give you a quick little lesson on Fibonacci. Now, my thoughts on Fibonacci, the best? No. Is there someone who does it better? Yeah, probably. But this is just what I see. What I'm looking for is I'm taking a previous old high and the bottom, which looks like to be the bottom. And then we're going to ask, is there any levels of confluence? Do the support and resist, do the candles here, do the closes, particularly the wicks, do they match up with any of the interim levels on the Fibonacci? Okay, so I do this. You can already see it, but let's take this high and it's going to be this low here. Okay, now let's move it across. Do I see any levels of confluence? Do I see any levels? Do the Flügelbrücken? Yeah, I think I do. All right, so I'm going to take it from there. I'm going to just adjust it for a second and see whether I should be taking it from this high and this high. Right, this low, sorry. Is that more likely? And can we call that a little dip under? Or do I take it from there? It's much of a muchness. So I'm going to take it from this low right here. Cool. Do we see any decent levels of confluence with, and now it's hindcasting, okay, it is hindcasting, but do we see any decent levels that match up? Yeah, I can see a few, okay, and maybe we'll go into the weekly to see if there's any extra ones that you can see on closes of weekly timeframes. Okay, so very easily you can see that this does line up somewhat, okay. So the high here, $3.44, that low down there of 8 cents. Now, as I say to you, look back here. You go like this, and actually you can't do that because you don't have that, that level isn't in until there. I say don't, so don't worry about that. But yes, we do have a level of confluence here. That's at the 0.5 mark. That's at $1.75, call it roughly. Major area of resistance, failure to hold. Okay, so that's definitely an area of resistance, and it does line up as well. Where does an area of support line up? It does line up here, but that's also previous resistance. So can you call it that? Yeah, it is a little bit of hindcasting, okay, but you can call that a level of support. It does match with that level of resistance there. You can see cluster, okay, it's not perfect, but you can see a cluster around about here at the 0.236. It's kind of skirting around it, okay. Movement up, yeah, what you can see is a level of support, but again, I will say that just matches with previous level of resistance. So could you call the Fibonacci the one, or are we just looking at simple lines of support and resistance? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but you can definitely see here spike, but we closed all that time. So between September of 2021 and about November of 2021, so a 3-month period, you had spikes down, but it closed every single week at that previous level of resistance, and it's actually technically not at that previous level of resistance. Look at that spike. That's a spike. Where did it close at? Actually, more so at the 0.5 level at about $1.75. So I would call that pretty confluent. You can also see here, as my voice cracks, you can see right here, level of resistance, then it became, okay? Then it became, who am I, Yoda? And then down here, it became a level of support. So the 0.382, yeah, at $1.36, that's a level of support. Now, does that match up? Yeah, it matches up with a bit of resistance there. Yeah, I would call that relatively confluent. And you can see down here, I'm just quickly do the historical stuff because I want to see whether it's definitely is or not, you know, relatively confluent. And I would call it yes, yeah, ish. You can see we had a break above. We found support right there. Yeah. And then we had that move all the way down to 8 cents. And at the moment, ALGO has had a massive move. So let's talk about this massive move in the last few weeks. This is just like H-bar. H-bar had that massive move. And is it an exact kind of percentage gain? Let's have a look. So from the low of 10 cents in the last number of months, no, not as high. H-bar had about an 800% move, but in the last month and a bit, we've had a 460% move in ALGO. Congratulations if you caught the bottom to all the fanboys. Very good if you've been in ALGO in the last month, 2 months roughly. You've done very, very well. Now, I'm going to do it as if I was getting into this for the first time. If I was considering getting into ALGO, where would I be looking at to get in, and then what are my take profit targets along the way? I won't be talking probably about market cap and, you know, the market cap versus this versus that and all that, because we don't know where crypto is going to go. I do know ALGO is about number 47 currently on the crypto market cap thing on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. So it's not even in the top 20 at the moment. So it's got a lot of room to move to even get into the top 20. Okay, but again, the market cap of everything would be rising, like the rising tide is going up. So I'll just be talking about price. And the thing is, most people will be looking at dollar-denominated prices. The smart people, and I should do it too, we should mainly be looking at market cap for our tops and our bottom signals, okay? And measuring market cap versus other things, okay? But a lot of us, and the crypto cycle goes through a massive cycle when all the normies get in. Okay, you and I, we're the earlier adopters. I've never been an absolute innovator, but I've usually been an earlier adopter of, you know, again, Bitcoin in 2013, for example, is when I first bought. But what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say most people in a crypto mania phase where everything's going hog wild, it's because your normies are getting into it, and your normies won't be looking at market cap, okay? They'll be looking at the pure number fiat dollar price go up. That's why we use mainly that, okay? Let's have a look. I would be getting interested, and it's very easy to see here. I'll talk about getting interested from a change of market structure, okay? So actually, technically, my getting interested line in ALGO would have been right here. That would signal to me roughly a change of market structure. For me, it's around about there at that 27, 28 cent. Do you want to call it 30 cents even? You can, but we'll call it around about there. That's about 28 cents where I would have been getting interested in ALGO. So, because it's over that mark now, I'm interested in ALGO. I'm actually genuinely interested in it. I'm just spread too thin. If I get a bit of, someone gives me an extra bit of cash or I sell something or whatever, I would actually consider getting into ALGO. So that's my getting interested. And I'll also call it my line in the sand. Getting interested, line in sand, mark, okay? That signifies to me a change of market structure where bear market, bear market, bear market. Oh yeah, okay, looking interesting. It spiked, but it didn't close above. Yeah, it didn't close above previous resistance. Oh well, back down we go. Oh, hello. Okay, and now we're back above. So we're back above the getting interested line. That is really good, okay? It's also the line in the sand. If you start seeing ALGO not spiking, but closing days, closing weeks below this line, then I'd start to go, ooh, maybe not so much. The absolute low, because I will have to give you a heads up, on the daily time frame, I don't know what the hell that is. Go away. Yeah, I don't care about that. Go away. No, I don't. Whatever. It's cock blocking me. There we go, right there. On the daily time frame, we've already gone to extremely overvalued on the. So this is the weekly. On the weekly time frame, we're already in extremely overvalued for ALGO. Okay, I did talk about HBAR last week, where I said, is it front running the crypto thing? It's had a massive move. It's gone extremely overvalued. Same with ALGO. Okay, so a move back down to the getting interested line, the line in the sand of around about 28 cents, wouldn't surprise me. I don't want to see it really close much below there. Okay, what would I say a spike to? Oh, this is interesting. Okay. You know what? Some people might disagree with me, and they might say the getting interested line would be here, because they would say there would be an argument to be made that the change of market structure occurred here at 16 cents. So I'm going to allow you anywhere down to there. So you know what? I'm going to change it. My apologies. Now that I see it, it's been seen. My getting interested line was at 16 cents. Okay, I'm going to allow that. I'll allow it, says the judge. Sustained, says the judge. Yeah, that's more like that's your change of market structure there. Okay, that is a decent amount of resistance, but we're over that. So I'll put that there I'll put it back as an area of resistance or support to watch out for. But if we do crack below 28, that's okay, because we've gone into extremely overvalued on the weekly. We could keep ticking down for a little bit. That's your line in the sand at 16 cents. So my apologies for that. I've always got to adjust it to what I see later on. So 16 cents is my getting interested, and it's also my line in the sand. If you crack down back below and start closing days, weeks, particularly months below 16 cents, that's not good for ALGO. You could probably see even lower prices coming. I don't think that's going to be it. Okay, so here's your first level of support that you'd want to see if you want to see ALGO just onwards and upwards. Okay, you want to see the first support level at 28 and then crack above. If it does break there, don't stress. You just want to see fine support here and very quickly go back above there and then do that. That's the perfect scenario. This might be the perfect dip area for ALGO. Okay, you get down to there, many people would be loading up around about there. Okay, but preferably hold that 28. So now, what would be my getting excited line? Let's say, for example, I buy in right now, or let's say I wait for a dip down to 28 cents. Okay, let's say that's for me and I buy a certain amount. Let's call it $5,000 worth. I haven't done it, but let's say I do. I will start getting excited for ALGO when we start closing above right here. That's the 87 cent move. 87 US cents is my getting excited. So that tells me, oh man, you start closing above 87 cents, it's really go time. Okay, major area of resistance. It also happens to line up with the 0.236, which is the first Fibonacci level after the 0. Okay, so that's the first one. You really need to get over there to really be excited for a particular crypto or any asset. Okay, when you do a high and a low, once it gets over the 23.6, then you can start to get excited. And I will be at 87 US cents. That sets it up for a larger move. And of course, I always put in my final hurdle for new all-time highs. Okay, so my final hurdle for new all-time highs, is that going to be at the 0.786 or the 0.618 this time? I have to stick with it, and I'm going to say at my 0.786. I might be being really conservative here. Geez, that's a big move. No, I'm going to change it. It's right here, okay? Because this is such a large price difference, I am going to go against my usual rule, and I'm going to put my final hurdle for new all-time highs coming soon at $2.15 US cents. $2.15 is final hurdle, new all-time highs. So what does that mean? Final hurdle for new all-time highs. Okay, we are not out of the woods yet for ALGO. Can I say 100% that ALGO is going to make a new all-time high in this current crypto run? No, I can't. Why? Because it's not over my final hurdle. Okay, if we start closing, we're on the weekly time frame. If we start closing weeks, particularly closing months, yeah, have a look at this. Okay, you know why? That's definitely it. Why? Because we failed. We did it once, and it was a fake out. So we closed above the final hurdle of $2.15, but it was a failed move. Oftentimes from a failed move is a fast move in the opposite direction. I would say if any time you ever close another week above $2.15 US cents for algo, that's probably basically confirmation that, yeah, we're going to break the all-time high and then onwards and upwards we go. At least break the all-time high, okay? And I will stick with that $2.15. But I can't say algo is going to make new all-time highs until we do that. And here's the thing, it's got a lot of ways to go. So, for example, those are those ones. We'll talk about higher prices if we do. Yeah, let's talk about higher prices for a second. If we do break the all-time high, if we do break $2.15, sorry, I would be much more confident that the new all-time high, a new all-time high would come. And what are we talking about? I would say the maximum area. You know, you'd be wanting to be taking profits along the way, and I'll give you my take profit targets in just a second. You'd be really looking at being probably almost all out of your algo at somewhere between, see, the 1.618 would be a target, but I'll be a little bit more not conservative, and I'll say somewhere between $8.90 and $14 right there. Now, you wonderful algo fanboys might be going, that's mental. It's going to go way higher than that because of its adoption with this or the new payment system or the whatever, okay? I would call this, and I'm not saying it's 100% going here, okay? So for all you other people going, that's a market cap of way, way higher. It could never go there. Yeah, you could be right. But this is the major profit-taking area, okay? This is the sort of blue sky thinking, okay? $8.90, right? This is a huge move, okay? We're at 40 cents right now. So please, I am not saying it's definitely going here, okay? Understand. I am not saying. I'm going to say this is kind of the max area. It's a huge move, okay? So please understand, I am not saying it's going here. I would go, I'm going to say max move. Max move likely. Cool? And I'm not even going to say major profit-taking area. I'm just going to say max area likely, right? Max move is probably to there. That would be signaling, wow, okay, we're really overextended, okay? So that's that area. So let's do take profits along the way. If, for example, let's say I bought $5,000 worth of algo at around about here. Let's call it that getting interested, that level there. Not the getting interested line. I'll leave that for you guys. Let's say 28 cents. Okay, let's say I wait and I decide to buy around about here. Okay, let's do some take profit targets. So from around about here to the getting interested line, come on, man, that's a 200% move. Okay, let's do it from, no, let's not hindcut. Let's not predict and say it's definitely going to get down to here. Let's say I buy today. Let's do that instead. I'm going to buy today. I'm not, but let's say I do. Between here and the getting interested line is a 110% move. That just takes it to 87 cents. That just takes it to there. Very reasonable to do in a crypto bull run. What, 100% from here? Nothing. That's nothing. What do we say, though, at 100%? Sell half on double and recoup your initial investment. Then you're just free riding the rest. And I would even say it would be quite a good risk to reward. Let's say, for example, you go, I can reasonably risk, I could risk $10,000. But, you know, just to play it safe, I'll only do $5,000. This is just me. I'm just talking about me, right? I would almost be happy to risk $10,000. Why? Because in a crypto bull market, to do 110% from here, that is so easy. You could hit that in the next, in January, you could hit that in mid-January. Easy, okay? So I would be almost convinced of doing $10,000. Why? Because then I would sell half of it on double. I recoup $10,000, and then I've got another $10,000 up. Okay, so I risk 10,000, I take out 10,000 here, for example, and then I've still got another 10 grand to ride. Absolutely amazing, okay? I would be very confident. I would be very surprised, and something would be very wrong with the market if we can't pump at least another 110% from here. Come on, man. So sell half on double and then just free ride the rest. Now, if for some reason you find a lot of resistance here at 87 cents, let's say something happens in the crypto market or a big black swan event that, you know, for some reason here, okay, well, you're already free riding. Okay, so then you just take some profit as it's going down. Okay, watch for news, what's going on in the market. But let's say you take some initial there. So I'm going to say that would be my personal TP1. This might be different for you. You're like 87 cents. What is this? A profit taking for ants? Okay, that would be initial. Let's see, recoup, initial. That would be for me. Okay, I'm only talking about me. Initial, cool. That's around about there at 87 cents. Okay, that's really liney. Let me get rid of that. Cool. Now, let's say I recoup initial and then we head up further. My next major profit taking area is at, yes, the final hurdle of $2.15 US cents. Why? Because nothing is guaranteed in this life and you want to take profits along the way. So for me, and look, getting in here, if I were selling half on double here, recouping my initial investment, free riding the rest for another 300%, yes please. So I would be taking profit too here at $2.15. That's just me. You do you, right? Now I wait to see what happens from here. I go, yeah, look, that's that final hurdle for new all-time highs. What does it do from here? So let's say I take another X percentage. Now let's say that's another, let's say I sell out of another half, okay? Then I'm riding another 50%, okay? So I'm riding $5,000 worth of ALGO, okay? Then I watch what happens here, okay? Do we potentially, you got to watch what's happening in the news. Where are we within the crypto cycle, all that. Is this the dead cat bounce and then we're back down from there? Now, probably not. Okay, we're probably going higher from here, but I can't tell you for sure. What you would want to see is something like this. Then you crack back above there, you bounce off there, and then bang, new all-time high probably coming. And hey, you've taken profits here. Well, I've taken profits here. I've taken profits here. I'm free riding. I'm in profit now. I've broken even here. I've taken my first lot of profits here. Brilliant. And then I'm free riding the rest, baby. And then I see where it goes. My next take profit would be here at the 1.618. That's at $5.50. Okay. TP3 for me. TP3. $5.50. Why? Because it's the 1.618 Fibonacci level from a very significant old high and a very significant old low. Okay. So recouped initial investment. Taken some profits here, taken some profits here. I would probably have about 20 to 30% left in the bag at that stage. And then who gives a flying where it goes from there? Because you've taken profits, you're just free riding the rest. And then imagine if it goes to goddamn $8.90 to $14.30 or even potentially higher. The rest is just gravy. Okay, but I would say around about here, if in the next crypto run, this crypto bull run, if for some reason in Algo, I'm not saying it's getting here, but if you get to somewhere in here, that's where I would probably consider only leaving about 10% left in the bag. I'd take my final major move, likely profits here between $9 and $14, and then I'd leave 10% in the bag probably, and then see what happens. If it tanks from here, all right, cool. So what? I'm out 90% and I've made a lot of money, okay? And what are you here for? You are here to help yourself or help your family, help your children, help your whatever. Is it generational wealth? Are you older and you're doing this for your grandkids? Are you young and you're in your 20s and you're looking to secure your financial future? You should be taking profits along the way. Do not be married to your algo bags. Even the fanboys take profits along the way, people. Those for me are the areas that I would. Now, here's the thing. I'm talking about me getting here at algo at today's price. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are an algo fanboy, and let's say your average buy-in price for algo is somewhere anywhere below where we are right now. Let's say, for example, is your average buy-in price 15, 16 US cents? If it is, congratulations to you. Are you telling me you're not going to take profits at the getting interested line? Are you not going to take any kind of profits after a 400% increase? You've actually increased here. You're 150% up if you bought it at your average cost at around about 15 cents. Okay? Are you telling me you're not going to take some profits here? You're not going to take at least your initial investment out? Don't be dumb. Get your profits in, recoup your initial investment, and then, hey, you can use that to buy something else if you want. I suggest you just hold on to it because you want to increase your wealth over time. Take profits along the way, people. And those are my personal take profit targets. You can not do that, but I would suggest if you want to be reasonable, okay, those are the take profit targets you would look at along the way. 87 cents, $2.15, $5.50, and then, you know, you're really getting toppy at around about, and it might not even get there, $9 to $14. Okay, those are my personal take profit targets for ALGO if I were to get into it. I can tell you right now, I'm considering getting into ALGO now that I've done a little mini deep dive on what it is, particularly about that built-in know your customer and AML stuff that really interests me. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is ALGO. We'll do some final comments and then we shall get out of here. Let's talk about what you think about ALGO, etc. So let me get that and then final comments, etc. Oct04, short-term price targets. If you have, I don't know what you're talking about, but I will go back and we'll read your things. Okay, people? Let's go back and we'll read some comments. Please hit the like button right now and hit the big red subscribe button and the follow button on X to join the GMS family. Let's see, people. Perth rocks. Love the super pit. Yes, I do agree. Love the super pit. That was a really good thing. Oh, I've got an ant on my laptop. Screw you. M-O-N, Mun. G'day, Mun. G'day, Mun. Great to see you on the channel. My mum went into Perth Bullion Exchange to buy my Christmas present. That's cute. She said the staff were lovely. Yeah, they're really nice there at Perth Bullion Exchange. perthbullion.com.au. Let's see. More comments, and I'm sure we'll get some ALGO comments coming through. Yes, nice. Some nice 1 kilo Canadian mint bars there. Yes, available at the moment. Now, I think you're talking about Bitcoin. I wouldn't even concern myself until 120,000 Bitcoin. After that, people are going to be getting real spooky. Okay, I think that's what you're talking about. And that will trigger another trickle down into alts. Yes, altcoin season is coming. Nice, still early morning here in WA, but it is fly out day. Oh, of course, yes, you're flying. You're FIFO, and good to get home for another week. Good on you, Ray. Cabinet maker carpenter, been working in FIFO civil construction for a few years now. I think you said, for 20 years now. Jeez, man, you've been doing FIFO for 20 years. Man, I don't know a lot of people who can do fly in, fly out for 20 years, unless you're just saying you've been doing that more recently and you've just been a cabinet maker for 20 years. Let's see. I like this. This is good. What was the question? Nakas O'Reilly said, so you have some secret drawers in your kitchen wardrobes for your stash, Ray? And Ray says, I can neither confirm nor deny that. I love it. Let's see, people. I am in Illinois here in the States, bouncing back and forth between here and DC. Okay. Oh, Gerald, you were born in Perth many moons ago. I didn't know that. Maybe you had told me before. Let's see, people. Now, so Oct4, welcome to the channel, Oct4. Haven't seen you on here before. Short-term price targets for what are we talking? You're talking Bitcoin? I'm not sure, but I gave you, if we talked about ALGO, those are my take profit targets. Yes, many charts looking similar. Take profits along the way. You've got to. Yeah, no, we won't talk about that. Do agree. Nothing goes up forever. Parabolic is simple. Choose your exit and pay attention. There will be a live test. There will be a live test later. Have I got my thing on? No. Plug that in for the last 2 minutes of the damn show. There we go. That's a little bit better. Ask price and liquidity. Yep. All right, people. I think that's it. We've done the show. This has been Good Morning Stackers for Tuesday, December the 17th, 2024. We've gone an hour and a half. We've talked about all the things that we need to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to hit the like button. I need you to hit the giant subscribe button, please, to join the GS family. You get daily live precious metals analysis, live crypto analysis as well. And I'm bringing the two worlds together again because we stack silver, satoshis, we stack skills. We'll be talking about so much more on this channel moving forward. Hit the big red subscribe button on YouTube and also follow me on X. I go live on both every single weekday at 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And the final thing we do at the end of the show, always, we dance it out, because this has been Grab it. Let's do the in 3, 2, 1, slap it. Thanks for watching the extra long show today. My name is Joe Main. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Have a good one.